Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday morning. I hope your week is going well so far. My hair just seems to be doing its own thing today. Yes, my bangs are even. It just doesn't look even right now. I hope everybody is taking care of themselves, doing their things that they like about themselves, and don't forget about getting away from things for a while, even if it's only a long weekend. Sometimes that can help rejuvenate you. That's not the word for the day, though. Benevolent is the word for the day. Benevolent can describe someone or something that is kind and generous, or something that is organized for the purpose of doing good. The event's reception was courtesy of a benevolent donor who's chosen to remain anonymous. They belong to several benevolent societies and charities and organizations. Benevolent. It feels like this time period that we're living in the United States has lost that benevolent attitude. The attitude of helping others, of being someone that cares about how others are. I get that people don't want to pay for people who don't want to work. Those aren't the people I want to help necessarily. I think that there should be programs in place that might help them. Um, there are so many things that we can do to help our friends and neighbors that don't have a whole lot. There's a huge disparity between the haves and have-nots right now, and the have-nots are getting larger and larger. The group. So there are people, I get it, that don't want to work, but they come from every lifestyle. Some are lucky enough to be born into a wealthy family, and then they don't have to do anything if they don't want to. I think sometimes the mindset nowadays is let's take care of our children for as long as they need us. Well, if we create a need, it's going to stay. Bad habits live for a long time. If you allow a child his wings, so to speak, if you allow them to make their mistakes, you give them the confidence to be on their own. In a lot of ways, my parenting style wasn't great. Every parent makes mistakes. But I have been told that my parenting style was one that one of my children would follow, simply because it allowed him to be the person he is. And that's fine with me. I was under the assumption that I was the worst mom ever, so it gave my heart a lot of warmth to find that out. My parenting style, the basic part of my parenting style, is to allow the children enough leeway, enough rope, so to speak, to do things that they wanted to experiment on. I'm the parent. I make the choice. I allowed for my children to try alcohol at a relatively early age. Mostly because, I'm sorry, alcohol tastes horrible. Unless it's mixed in the proper way. And what they wanted to try was something that my friends would call, I think it was called liquid death. I don't remember, but now there's a brand that's that, and it's not the same thing. They would take the bottom of every bottle that they didn't finish off the normal way and put it in another bottle. So you'd have a little bit of every alcohol in there. And one New Year's Eve, the kids were harassing me about wanting to try it. So I gave them each a shot glass full. Yeah. Flavor was horrible. Like medicine, Mom. Took a little while before they started drinking regularly. And I'm talking, late high school, college age. I personally believe that I grew up with an 18 drinking age. If you're old enough to serve in our military and you're old enough to die for our country, old enough to sign a contract for a house, old enough to sign a contract for a car, then you are old enough to drink. How would you not make good enough choices for those things, but you don't make good enough choices for alcohol? Did it save lives? Some. And I know that there are people out there that will argue with me. So, how old is old enough? You can die for our country, but you can't drink alcohol. It doesn't make sense. Alcohol is like anything else. Teach kids early on the do's and don'ts, the rights and wrongs. Show them why. And you will have no problems. Aww. Sorry, watching our neighbors and their dog. Anyway, um, that's my rant on alcohol and teaching kids parenting skills and all that. So I am done for today. It is a 8 minute video, so whew, it's long. Love you.